Hello and welcome. My name is Given Illustrative and this is Millennial Pillars right here on the I Am Youth Movement YouTube channel. And we're hanging out yet again. And I wanted to have a bit of a discussion about, first of all, the fact that we are the first generation to ever experience something that is to the scale and magnitude of COVID-19, right? And all the implications that follow. I do not want to talk about the virus in itself in particular, but I want to talk about the implications and sort of like the social impact that it'll have on us as a generation. And I think more specifically, those who are younger than us, so Gen Z, and also our children as millennials. And what does that actually mean? So I've been looking at how a lot of people are making the most of this lockdown that we're experiencing here in South Africa by going on social media and participating in all these different challenges, you know, dance challenges, outfit changing challenges, gym challenges, exercising at home, eating healthy diets. And I'm honestly seeing that that's very positive. Like, people are really beginning to connect online, beginning to connect socially. Now, I'm wondering whether when this is all said and done, will that result in people being a bit more social even in the real world, which is what we were discussing the last time, right? But the one thing that I remember mentioning in the beginning of the lockdown is the fact that we need to limit your attendance and your participation on social media. And I said that specifically because I know that social media is the one place where false news spreads like a virus. And the thing about false news is that it really spreads a lot of fear. And as a result, a lot of people then begin to act and do things that are very irrational, that are not well thought out. And they don't really realize that the information that they're being fed is information that is not true. Now, thankfully enough, there's a lot of regulations that governments have put into place to ensure that platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, even YouTube as well, they've also put it within their policies in order to limit the impact of false news. But it doesn't mean that you need to rest your shoulders, right, and think to yourself, I'm fine. Everything I find there will be good news. It won't. It especially will not be well-researched news, right? So it is within your best interest to be very cautious. And here's another thing I personally don't like about social media, right? Whenever you land your eyes on, when you scroll down and then you land your eyes on a post, you've seen it once, you've seen it forever. And your body will immediately have an emotional reaction to what you've just seen, without you even considering whether, was this well researched? I should probably take the time to check that. You're not gonna bother with that. The thought and the seed has already been planted within your head. And I'm saying all this to get to this point. That was the reason as to why I mentioned that we need to moderate our exposure to social media. But now, coming back to the discussion on how so many people have been coming to social media to sort of relieve the tension of the lockdown and what it really has been doing to people in their personal lives and in their family space and also just their friendships as well. I think that's a very good thing. And I think that is a very good reason to move towards social media, right? To participate in these challenges, not negative challenges that bring anybody down. We really need to distinguish between the two. There are challenges that mean no harm, challenges that mean to connect people in a time when we're being commanded and reprimanded from gathering together, but we're still able to gather through these mediums that exist on our online platforms. And this is very, very, very incredible, right? Especially considering for us millennials, we're constantly being told about how online gaming is damaging us, how online existence is causing us to be very isolated. But this is a time where we're proving that we can use these instruments to come together in order to relieve our stress. Because that's another thing about social media platforms, right? They've been, it's been said that research has been saying that it's the cause of a lot of depression amongst millennials and Gen Zs. So for me, I really have to say that it's a very good thing. And you shouldn't be ashamed for participating, regardless of how ridiculous it may may seem, or be, or how ridiculous you may feel participating in them as well. I think in the long run, it's going to do a lot of good. And I really hope that it creates a culture within our modern generation, in the world that we live in, where we just continue to do ridiculous things even in the real world. And I mean not in the virtual space. With that said, my name is Given Illustrative. This is Millennial Pillars right here on the I Am Youth Movement YouTube channel. It's always a mouthful. Anyways, if you like what you're hearing, and if you want to leave a comment, hit us up in the comment section, like, subscribe, hit the bell notification. Catch you next week.